Is my screen visible, ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Can you start?
Yes, ma'am, I will start. Good morning, students. Today we'll start with the lesson number 8, Economy and Occupations. Before starting with the lesson, we will go through some of the important concepts that we are going to study in this lesson. Productive activities. What is productive activities? Productive activities suggest those activities which result and productive goods and services in order to earn money. The activities which are done for just the purpose of earning money. So the productive goods and services are done or given for earning money. So productive activities suggest those activities which result in productive goods and services in order to earn money. So in the first picture, productive activity, you can see 4 persons are there: Ram, Geeta, Ravi, and Rahim. Ram is working in a farm, Geeta working in office, Ravi working on machine, and Rahim selling goods. So these 4 persons are doing their activities, and the activities are totally different from each other. Every person is engaged in some or the other activities, but the activities they are doing is totally different from each other. Ram, you can see he's working in the farm, means related to the agriculture. Geeta working in the office, means giving service. Ravi working on machine, he is also giving service. And Rahim is selling goods. It also comes in the selling service. So it's called a productive activity. They four people doing different activities, but they are doing for earning money. So these activities comes in the productive activities, the activities which are done for in order to earn money. In the second picture, you can see productive activity, production of goods is shown and the services. When there is a production of goods, the goods are supplied to the market in the big shops, malls, and from their customers purchase their goods. So this activity also results in earning money. When the goods are produced in a factory or industry, they are supplied to the market. The person, the middleman, the market owners, they purchase the goods and pay for the industries. When the customer buys the good from the shop, he also pays money to the shopkeeper. So in short, it's a way of earn money. Money is the main theme between every activities. So productive activities suggest those activities which result in productive goods and services in order to earn money. Meaning of economy. Economy is a combination of productive activities and services. Economy is a combination of productive activities and services. It is a combination of the activities and services which are provided to the customer. So economy is a combination of productive activities and services. It uses available resources so as to produce goods and services. These goods and services so produced or purchased by people in order to satisfy their needs. So for production purposes, resources are used as to produce goods. Without raw resources, nothing is produced. So these goods and services so produced or purchased by people in order to satisfy their own needs. So in order to satisfy their needs, this all is produced in order to satisfy the consumer, because the demand is growing and increasing day by day. So to satisfy the consumer's demand, the production and the services is increased. In short, economy provides means to earn livelihood. In short, economy is a means to earn livelihood. The daily needs, to satisfy our daily needs for our livelihood. Every person needs economy. Every person needs money. Without money or economy, we cannot do anything. So economy is a combination of productive activities and services. It uses available resources so as to produce goods and services. These goods and services are produced or purchased by people in order to satisfy their needs. In short, economy provides means to earn livelihood. So in the first picture, it gives a clear idea of meaning of economy. There you can see the resources, the goods and services, purchase, productive activities, and plus services is given. So productive activities and services, these are the main purpose for the goods to reach up to the customers. So resources is the main thing, because without resources or raw material, industries cannot produce any types of goods. So agriculture is the main thing. After that, goods and services, goods are produced and that services are provided. And after that, the customer can purchase the goods from the shops, malls, etc. So meaning of economy is resource, goods and services, and purchase. It includes productive activities and services. In the second picture, you can see in the middle economy is given, and around it 4 to 5 pictures are given. That are the ways economy provides means to earn livelihood. Everyone earns money for their livelihood. Economy. An economy of a country depends on the economic activities carried out in a country. Every country has its economy. So the economic condition or the economy of a country, it's depending on the economic activities which is carried out in a country. So the economic activities may be anything, any work the person doing from primary sector, tertiary sector, or secondary sector. So economy means an economy of a country depends on the economic activities carried out in a country. Here also one of the definition of economy. Economy is a relation between production, trade, supply of money. So economy is a relation between production, trade, supply of money. Thus economy deals with the production, distribution, consumption, management of resources in specific geographical area. So the economy which deals with the four main factors, that is production, distribution, consumption, and management. So these are the resources in specific geographical areas. In the picture you can see definition of economy. Management, production, consumption, distribution, resources, these are the factors connected to the economy. Resources, production, distribution, consumption, and management. These all comes under the economy and which fulfills the meaning of the economy. So economy is a relationship between production, trade, and supply of money. Thus, economy deals with production, distribution, consumption, management of resources in specific geographical area. Three main type of occupation are there: primary occupation, secondary occupation, and tertiary occupation. These are the three main types of occupation. Primary occupation, those which involve activities extracting raw food from nature. Example, fishing, food gathering, and agriculture. So the primary occupation means the activities which are involved in the extracting raw food from nature, which comes in the agricultural sector related to the nature. That activities comes in primary occupation. Secondary occupation, those which involve processing or manufacturing of this raw food. Example, manufacturing of textile. So in the secondary occupation, the activities comes such as processing and manufacturing of goods in the industries after providing raw material or resources to the industries. Production process start. So while starting the production process, all that comes in the secondary occupation, like processing and manufacturing of new goods. For example, manufacturing of textiles. And the third is tertiary occupation. Those activities providing services to people, for example, banking. So the activities providing services to the people such as banking, teacher, doctor, lawyer, these are all the activities which comes under the tertiary occupation. So there are three main important occupations: primary occupation, secondary occupation, and tertiary occupation. Primary occupation comes the occupation which are related to the nature, like fishing, mining, agricultural, animal husbandry. Secondary occupation comes such as processing and manufacturing of goods in the industries and factories. And the tertiary occupation gives services to the people. Example, banking. So these are the three occupations. A human being is engaged in any one of the activity for earning his livelihood for his economy. Some of the important concepts we are going to study in this lesson is GNI, it's called as gross national income, GDP, gross domestic product, and per capita income. Gross national income is known as GNI. GNI is the total amount of money earned by a nation's people or business. It is used to track a nation's wealth from year to year. So GNI is calculated yearly, from a year to year. Every year it is calculated. It is the total amount of money earned by nation's people or business. The total amount earned by the people of the country, not of a single person, but all the people living in the country. Total income is calculated in GNI, and it's done yearly, every year to year. It is done to track the nation's wealth. GDP means gross domestic product. GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in a country. It is measured every specific frame such as quarter or a year. GDP is calculated quarterly or yearly as per the need. And GDP means the total value of good, all the goods and services which is produced in a country, yearly or quarterly. So GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in a country. It is measured over specific time frame such as quarter or a year. Per capita income. It is a measure of the amount of money earned by a per person in a nation or geographical region. So per capita income is the amount of money earned by a person in a nation or geographical region. It's all known as per capita income. So these are the three important terms which we are going to study in this lesson: GNI, GDP, and per capita income. GNI means gross national income. GNI is the total amount of money earned by a nation's people or business. It is used to track a nation's wealth from year to year. GDP means gross domestic product. GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in a country. It is measured over specific time frame such as a quarter or a year. Per capita income, it is measured of the amount of money earned by per person in a nation or geographical region. Read the following graph and answer the following questions. Gross national income, GNI, from 1960 to 2016 in $1 million, it is given. So it's a graph showing of the three countries, USA, India, and Brazil. Green color is indicating USA. Red color or the orange color you can see is indicating India, and the Brazil is given in the blue color. So the gross national income of these three countries is shown. And the year it started from 1960 to 2016. And it's calculated in $1 million. The question asked on it, which country's national income was highest in 2016 and was it how much? So from the graph, we can see that the country's national income was highest in 2016. It was USA in 1888. As we all know that USA is a developed country. It has every type of facilities, every type of technology developed, advanced technology is used. Per capita income and national income of that country is also very high. USA comes in the developed country. So the question was, which country national income was highest in 2016 and was it how much? So it was in USA in 1888. Comparing India and Brazil, which country had a higher national income in 1980? So in this, we have to compare between India and Brazil in the year 1980. So in the 1980, you can see of India and Brazil. India is less than Brazil, and Brazil is higher. In the picture, you can see the color. of the year 1980. So the answer is Brazil. Comparing to India and Brazil, which country had a higher national income in 1980 is Brazil. Comparing India and Brazil, which country has a higher income in 2016? So comparing between India and Brazil, higher income in 2016, you can see it's of India. The red color is more and the blue color is less. So in 2016, the higher income is of the country India. So comparing India and Brazil, which country has a higher income in 2016 is India. Tell the difference between the GNP of Brazil and India in 2016. So the GNP means gross national income. Brazil is 180. India is 220. In US dollar difference, it's 40 million. Why the difference is given in dollar? Because the graph is showing the GNI from 1960 to 2060 in US dollars. So it is asked of about 2016, tell the difference between the GNP of Brazil and India. So Brazil and India in 2016, you can see Brazil 180 and India 220. So India is more than Brazil in GNP in 2016, and the difference is about 40 millions, means Brazil 180, India 220. When we minus 220, 180 from 200.